Hello everybody. In this video today I'm gonna be talking about one cool feature in Excel. I use it a lot. So it's dealing with dates and times, and I think it's something that most of people find it difficult to deal with. I personally found it difficult for some time until I figured out how to deal with it well. So dealing with dates and times requires first to know some basics about the date and time in Excel and how the software understands date and time. So if you remember when we first talked about Excel, we said that you can put any date. Let's say it's 1/1/2019. So this is the date of today, or of any day, and you can by right click and then format cells or pressing Ctrl+1. You can find some types of formatting that you can use for the date. So you can put it this way. You can put it as year, month, day, all in letters or numbers, and you can put it like this. You can put it in many formats. I personally would prefer for this video to use this format because you can tell which is the month, which is the day, and which is the year. So you know it's the 1st of January 2019. So this is how you can put a date, it's a date, and you can also use Excel to deal with time. So let's say I want to say it's 1 p.m. So the Excel understands it's 1 p.m. So if for some reason you want to change the format, you can put it as hour minutes. You can put hour minutes second, AM and PM, or you can use the so let's say we use this, it will tell you it's 1 p.m. or you can use this other format, it will tell you it's 13. It's the 24-hour versus the 12-hour format. The point that I wanna be making clear today is how you can deal with times, meaning that if you want to add time, like put a day and then another date following this date with like few number of days or a specific number of months or weeks or years, whatever. So this is one thing that is kind of difficult, and it's not easy for anybody to just deal with it in Excel without knowing how to do it. And actually it's pretty simple, but just you need to figure out how to do it. So let's go first with a few things first. So there are two formulas in Excel that are really nice. The first is called now. So now it simply tells you what is the date and time now. So it's 28th of January 2019 and it's 12:13 a.m. This is actually the it's not clear in the video, but it's actually the date and the time now. And there is another one, it's called today. The today formula, it gives you only the date without the time. So there are two cool formula, and the cool thing is that if you turn off the computer and the file and then open it in another time and date, it will be automatically updating with the time on your computer. So if I open it tomorrow, it will be 29th. If next month, it will be 28th of February. So it's pretty cool actually. It's a pretty cool formula. So it's very useful in case you have something that you are calculating as a function of the current date and time, so you don't need to update it. It will be updated automatically. And you see, if I do any other thing here, this will update, and in another minute this will be 15. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so the thing that I wanna make now is that you can actually extract data from this. So let's say if I want to get the month, you see it's now 15 minutes, the year, and the day of the specific date. So there is a function called year, so it gives you the year of this date. So it says it's in the year 2019, the month of sorry, at this date it is January, and you can make the same for the day of this, it's 28th. So you can get every one of these separately. So this is kind of splitting the date into its constituents, the things that form the date. You have the year by itself, the month by itself, and the day by itself. You can go the other way. If I have the three and I want to get the full date, I can let's say I want the full date, so I can use the function date. So it tells you what is the year, what is the month, and what is the day. So it gives you 28th of January 2019. So it's pretty nice. You can go either way. If you want to go from a date and get the year, month, and day, you can do that using these three functions, the year, month, and day functions, or you can use these three separate day, month, and year to get the whole full date. So what we're gonna do now is to use these functions that we learn now to do the addition and subtraction. So let's say I have a date, it's let's say it's this. I want to have like any random date, it's 15 of February or March. This is 2015, or make it 13. It's my daughter's birthday actually, so it's 13 March of 2013. And let's say I want to see what will be the date, or I want to do any calculations that are based on adding 2 months or 2 days or whatever thing to this. So let's say I'm gonna add 2 days to this. How can you do this using Excel? So you can simply add 2. And this is the only thing that you can do straightforward way, is adding days. You can just add the number of days that you want. If it's 2 days, if it's 5 days, if it's 10 days, it's 23. So it's pretty simple just for days. Keep it in mind that it's only the days that are simple to add. But if you want to add months, weeks, years, it's gonna be a headache if you are gonna do it this way. And that's why I'm not gonna do this anymore. What I'm gonna do in the few next minutes is to see how you can do a formula to this. So what we are gonna do is gonna add the days to the day constituent of this date. So to make it easy, we said that I can make the full date out of the day, the month, and the year, right? And this can be got from the day function, the month function, and the year function. So let's say I did this. I would say I want to make a new date that contains the same year of this, the same month of this, and the same day. Oops. So it's day, year of this, and then the month, the same month of this, and the same day. But I'm gonna add 2 days to this. So if you really understand what I'm doing, is actually I'm making a new date whose year is exactly the same year. I didn't change anything to this, it's the same year. And whose month is the same month. I didn't change the month here, but I added 2 days to this. So I'm adding 2 days. It's pretty simple. The formula, it's actually the same as this, but I added the formulas here into this formula instead of calculating each one of them separately. So this is in case of I'm adding 2 days. So if I'm adding let's say 2 weeks, So I'm taking this same formula here. So if I'm adding 2 weeks, the only thing it's multiplying this by 7, because 2 weeks is 2 by 7, it's 14 days. So it's 13 is going to be 27, so it's easy. And now let's see if I am going to let's take this formula again. And now I don't want to add 2 weeks, I want to add 2 months. And sometimes it gets tricky here, because you have the days and the months are not always the same. You can have a month that's 30 days and sometimes 31, sometimes 28. So it's not easy to calculate the months if you're gonna add whole months, not just days. So in this case, you're just gonna add 2 to the months here, and now it's 13th of now I just want to make sure that they all have the same formatting. You see, yep. So now it is now 13th of May. If I'm gonna add 5 months or 4 months, it's 13th. So it's keeping the day here as it is, and it's only adding without changing the number of years, just adding the months. So let's keep it back to 2. And now let's see if I'm gonna add 2 years. Now get everything calculated from the first thing, and I think you all know now what I'm gonna do is just add 2 to the years and return back the months to the same and the date to the same. So it says 13th of March 2915. So now it's pretty easy to add days, to add weeks, to add months, to add years. It's very, very simple and straightforward. For month, there is another function that's called edate. It's gonna say that you want to calculate the date with the change of a specific number of months. So it's I don't know why, but it's very specific for months. So you can make like 2. It's gonna be the same thing. But it doesn't give it the same format, so I'm gonna make the format like this, and yeah, it's the same. So you can give it by negative, so it goes back to month, and the same thing you can do here. If you wanna subtract, you can easily subtract 2 months. You can subtract years, subtract days, subtract anything. So it's not only for adding or subtraction. Or not just for addition. It works for addition and subtraction. So this edate function works for both. You can do it for addition or subtraction of only months. I don't know why they did it, but it's here, so you can use it. Now let's see what else we have. Okay, so this is what we have for months or for dates, and for times. It's I didn't find any formula that's similar to this, and that's why for time it's kind of little bit more difficult. But it's simple. If we have any time, I have, let's say it's like 4:45 and 25 seconds, and this is PM. It's just any date, and let's say I want to calculate the time after 15 minutes or whatever. So as you know, when I add 1, it actually adds 1 day. So you have the same time, because it's actually the same time of the next day, so it's not gonna change anything. So if you want to add, let's say 1 hour, you have to divide it by 24. This is what you see here. It's 4 PM or 4:45:25. It's 5:45:25. So it's adding 1 hour. If you want to add 2 hours, multiply it by 2. If you want to add 3 hours, multiply by 3. Whatever thing you want to add, just do it. So this is adding 3 hours. So what if I want to add minutes? If I want to adding 3 minutes, so it's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be this plus 3. But you have to divide it by 24 and divide it by 60, because the hour is 60 minutes. So it's now 4:45 and now 48. If you wanna add hours, what are we gonna do? So I mean seconds. You have to it's minutes, and then you add 3 seconds. I'm sorry, I got kind of confused. So you'll divide it by 16 more seconds. So you know, it's the day is 24 hours, and hours 60 minutes, and some minutes 60 seconds. So this is what we are doing now. Just divide what you want by 24 if you want it by hours, by 60 to minutes, and then 60 to seconds. So if you add 30 seconds, it's gonna add. If you are add or 30 seconds, if you add 50 seconds, it's gonna add. Everything is gonna be very, very straightforward and simple. So this is adding 3 seconds, it's adding 3 minutes, it's adding 3 hours. And if you're gonna go for days and dates, we saw how we can do it here. So I hope this is useful here. I was actually gonna make another video for Gantt charts and how you can do this, but I found that it's kind of useful to go for this first before going to Gantt charts. So I hope it's useful, and I'll see you in the next video, inshallah. Goodbye.